And basically what we do is we help people use software. That means we enable every person to use every software, no matter how complex it is, without any prior training. And you might ask yourself, okay, why is software training necessary at all? Oh, presentation gone again? Because the role of software has evolved in the last 20 years. Back in 1996, we had more or less MS Office and some specialized services, but not much else. That means everybody had a lot of time to get training. For example, they could go like for a whole week on just Excel training. And it was absolutely no problem. You probably maybe remember this big Excel for Dummies manuals. They're gone by now. 2006, there were more core processes. This was like the big time of companies like Oracle and SAP, where more or less the whole process, core process of a company was like modeled in SAP. And right now, as you've seen, more or less the whole day, there's a software for everything. For every little task, be it like customer support, be it more or less OKRs and employee goals, there's a different kind of software. And obviously, this brings that changes the complete way we as users think about software. Because we don't use software as we did in 1996. The role of software completely changed. We have a tool for every task. That means there are no one-and-all solutions. We can't get trained in SAP, and that's basically all we need. But we need to learn every single application. And most of us, me included, use more than 20 or 30 applications each day. You just have to look at your mobile phone. The second thing is, it's not anymore that you have like buy the Windows 98 CD and buy the next one in like 2 more years. But most services are cloud-based, and they get like constant improvements. So once you learn how to use the software, there can be a redesign, and you have no idea how to use it anymore. So basically, what you need is fast results. You need to understand how software works right from the start. Otherwise, you won't use it, because you just don't have the time to get like trained in every real software. And that works really, really well in the B2C space. If you look at companies like Uber, Netflix, Prime Now, Spotify, they give you basically everything you want right from the press of one button. That means if you want to watch a movie, one button. If you want to more or less have a car ready that picks you up, one button. The problem is, what is if you have more or less a software that's a little bit more complex? What if you have a CRM system? What if you have like an ERP system like SAP? Like, how do you train users in that? And the good thing is, software basically has to be easy to use. It has to be easy to learn. For example, if you ask like a star piano player if piano playing is easy, he will say, of course it's easy, because he learned how to use it. If you ask me if Salesforce is easy for me, I'll tell you, of course it's easy for me, because I've been working with it for like the last 10 years. So basically, you have to find a way that trains people in software really, really fast and really, really easy. And this is where Userlane comes in. Basically, what we did was we developed a software that lets companies create interactive guides on top of every software without coding and without changing the underlying software. That means if you, for example, own SAP or want to train your employees in SAP, you can just do a plugin, click together a click path, and all your users will be trained in SAP directly within the software. I can show you how this looks like. Basically, this works like a navigation system in software. That means you could always sign where to click next. That means you can basically use any software, no matter how complex it is, directly by the push of a button, because you can't click anywhere where it's wrong. You get directly shown, click here, click here, click here. And you can create these guides without coding. You just have to more or less install one snippet, takes you half an hour, and then you have an editor, and you can create these guides directly within your software. And basically, we have 3 big use cases with that, and we have customers in each of them. We have user onboarding and customer support for SaaS companies. Basically, everything that has a login button has to train their users somehow. And they have to learn it fast because, as you probably know, if you're doing a trial with 3 services, the ones that don't work in the first 10 minutes, you're going to drop them. But the biggest use case for us is employee training. We work with companies like Commerzbank or Deutsche Telekom in training them in SAP software and training them in more or less if they introduce a new CRM, there are 20,000 people that have to be trained, and it's just impossible with like on-site training and big manuals. So We raised our seed round last year. We're going to raise our Series A at the later point of this year, maybe beginning of next year. So if you're interested or just have feedback for us, let me know. I'm here today and tomorrow. Thanks.